it's Tanya and I'm here with an art journal process video. I haven't recorded one of these for quite some time. I have been art journaling, I just haven't recorded them. But I wanted to because this is a sort of double-fold video. A, it's a review of the sketchbook that I'm using, and B, it's a process. And C, I do all sorts of things, and D, I kind of like the way they came out, and E, I figured I'd show you. So it's fivefold. Yeah, anyway. So the sketchbook is one that I bought on Amazon recently. I did a little birthday haul, and it's in there along with these paint markers actually. And yeah, I am not unimpressed with it. It is a reasonably cheap one, the sketchbook that is. It's called, hang on a sec, let me find it quickly. It is called the Superior Maker Watercolor Sketchbook. And it's got 100 pages in it, which was the thing that really excited me the most because it's nice and thick. I love notebooks, and I have a whole heap of sketchbooks now, and it's the really thick ones that I like for some reason. But yeah, so yeah, it is actually handling all the wet media that I'm putting on it really, really well. And speaking of media, what am I doing? Well, this is something new to me. I know it probably isn't new to a lot of you. I'm sure people since the dawn of time have been taking paint and putting it on stamps and stamping. But for me, it was, and yeah, I had variable results, I must admit. And the reason for doing this is because I wanted the flowers of her dress, and I'll speak about the girls in a moment. I wanted them to be permanent so that when I watercolored over them, there was this pattern still there. So yeah, I am taking these oohoo. Love that name. It just makes me smile every time I say it. And I am rubbing them onto the stamps. As you can see there, they come off clean beautifully. I mean, you just take a baby wipe and the acrylic paint comes off those stamps very, very easily. Yeah, and about the variable results, I'm not sure if it depends on what sort of type of stamp, or whether if the stamp is smaller like these, it works better, because as you can see there, I'm getting a much better impression on these little stamps, which are, by the way, come from Maggie Holmes' latest collection, or whether it's the quality of the stamp. I honestly don't know. What I do know though is that if your stamp is slightly dirty, then obviously your paint gets a bit corrupted. Is that the word? I suppose it can be. And so you get a bit of a not quite as pretty a colour result if there is a bit of, leftover black ink on your stamps. So if you are going to try this, kind of make sure that your stamps are relatively clean if you want a nice, clean colour. Otherwise, if you don't, then it doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, the girls I've got stuck down there are Eric Landgraf's latest printables from her Patreon. Every month she produces some beautiful artwork and we get to play with it. And yeah, the idea behind this is I've kind of had an epiphany for me, and it may not be a new idea, and you may think to yourself, oh Tanya, we all know this and we've all been thinking this for the longest time. But for me, it kind of dawned on me that I want to do art journaling. I want to have pretty art journals, and I want to be happy with them. I want to be able to look at them and, enjoy them. And to do that, I need help, because my artistic level is pretty basic. And it's not something that I am, I'm aware of it, and obviously I'm trying to improve, and every time I do things like this I do improve, but my actual drawing ability is not very good. I can do stick figures and little flowers, but that's pretty much it. And I'm lazy, so I'm not going to sit for hours and hours drawing things to improve my drawing skills. It's just, I know myself, it's just not going to happen. But that's why people have stamps, is that not so? That's why we have people out there who can draw, who can produce these beautiful products, and they do that, and we buy them, and then we can use them, and we can use them in such a way that the page you end up with is your own. And what I mean by that is, and yes, I had a bit of a boo-boo there, yeah, what can I say, is that when I look at this finished spread, I feel like I I own it because the color choices were mine, the stamp positioning was mine, the end result is mine. Obviously I'm not going to, scan it in and try and sell it as my own original artwork, because the components aren't my own original. The stamps aren't mine, and Aritz printables are not mine. But I still believe the end result is I can own, and I can say is mine because of all those factors that I just mentioned. So yeah, if you kind of felt the way I did before, in that you wanted totally original stuff in your art journal and you were frustrated because you couldn't do it, try this, because really it's been a load of fun. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. I've made 2 other spreads similar to these, and yeah, I think I'm just going to use this particular sketchbook to do these kind of things and have happy, pretty results and be very chuffed with myself. And yeah, we got water everywhere there. Not the cleanest of people at the moment. What is nice about doing a spread like this, though, and getting back to what I've been doing, and I've been using mermaid markers, and they're, that blops I'm now trying to turn into like a pretty hair bauble, is that while the one side is drying, you can work on the other side. it just works really well. And yeah, I did the paint marker on that stamp, and I decided to do her whole dress with the leaf stamp. And golly, yes, that one particular Jane Davenport mermaid marker, I think it's called the Starfish, is incredibly pigmented. It was getting really low, so I added water to it, and it still has this stunningly beautiful bright color. It's just gorgeous. And yeah, this is a jelly roll pen that I'm using, and what I'm doing now is I'm outlining the stamps, those that I can see, just to give her dress a bit more detail, and also because now the stamps aren't those yellow images anymore, because I've covered them up with a whole bunch of paint. But I really quite enjoy this, and again, this comes back to making it your own, because I couldn't see all of the stamps, so I'm kind of guessing what they looked like and doing my funny little flowers. And yeah, what can I say? It just was a lot of fun, and I'm very pleased that I have found a way to make spreads that I don't want to throw in the bin the instant I'm finished with them. So what products have I used? I mentioned the mermaid markers, and now the jelly roll, and the paint markers, and what else do I use? All the stamps, of course. I have a variety of stamps on the side. There's some are Altenew, some are the Maggie Holmes, and oh golly, I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave links to the products I've used that I can find links to below, and if you want to check them out, you're most welcome to. They are affiliate links, so if you feel like using that to purchase something, I would be really, really grateful, because it would then help me to buy some more stuff to be able to review and learn to use and carry on in my art journey. Art journal journey. I was trying to get very poetic there, and it just failed miserably. Must say, I'm enjoying this paintbrush. I bought it locally. I'm not sure what size or what it's called, but it's really great for putting a lot of water down. So yeah, I'm covering up the background there, and I'm going to do some more to the dresses, and just add some more detail and color in and watercolor, and just okay, I had done a wonderfully witty, informative and brilliant voiceover, and when I came to export the video, it wouldn't export. So all that wonderful spontaneous stuff is gone, and now I'm struggling to come up with stuff to say. Because I think I've said it all already. But yeah, I am if you see on this page, you'll see that it looks like some dirty marks. What it actually is bleed through from, oh, and the arms, I'll get back to the arms. It's bleed through from Sharpies that I used on the previous page, and I had not been too it's my first time with alcohol markers, and I had forgotten they will bleed through absolutely anything. So yeah, I try to cover it up. It doesn't look nice to me, and in the end I get some acrylic paint and cover up the pink as well to try and get rid of a lot of that nasty dirty marks that came through. But yes, the arms. I realized that my poor girls needed arms, and I have a very loose interpretation of what arms look like. But I did add them in, and I even give this girl's arms a bit of shadowing. I know I was really quite chuffed with myself, because having said that, I don't have the patience to study and to really make get artistically good. I am picking up things as I go along, and one of the things was I recently watched a video from, it's an art box, I can't remember the details, but I watched a video. They have free video tutorials on their YouTube channel, and there was some shading in there, and I practiced a little bit of it, and I realized, okay, I kind of get the idea of what shading is, and I kind of get, how to do it. So that's why I add a bit of shading to her arms. Although in the end, if you look at the final result, it looks almost more like she's got a shawl around her shoulders, which I'm all happy with as well. And yeah, the Jelly Roll pen didn't work so well on this particular page, so I use the paint marker instead. But if you look at the other girl's dress, it worked pretty well on there. It's a 10-point Jelly Roll white pen, and I've been particularly impressed with it. So it seemed to cope well on most media. So not bad at all. And there we go. Look at that shading. Well done, Tanya. And then I go and get a gold Jelly Roll pen and go over it in gold as well, because apparently you can't have too much shading in various things. Here we go. Yeah, I outline her dress with the gold, and then I go there. Who knows why? But hey, when the idea strikes, you should follow it. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much coming to the end of this, and I thought that I would add in a little bit more of the Starfish Paint Mermaid marker onto my leaves to make it prettier and to make her dress look a bit more interesting. And yeah, I'm very pleased with the way this came out, and here I'm adding that acrylic paint, trying to cover up the Sharpie bleed through. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the insights of my art journey. And yeah, pop a comment below if you have any questions or a comment. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will definitely chat again soon. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm going to say bye bye now. So cheers, bye.